Today we start on a new pack of series now. It's called When He Calls Your Name. So when He calls your name, and today we're going to talk about rejection and regrets. What happens when you get born? Physically born, not born again. Is that the devil, this is my view, the devil hands you a bag. It is empty, nothing in it. And not from that day when he gives you a bag, you're supposed to put some stones. Now, the idea of stones is actually biblical. And the devil copies that. You remember when the children of Israel are crossing the Jordan? There is a whole kind of two ceremonies of stones there. There is stones that are left in the middle of the river. There is stones that are taken from the middle of the river to across. You understand that? You've got to read two versions of the Bible to actually pick that up clearly. In another version, it's not very clear. But you take stones, they put them in the middle. And as soon as the priests step into the water, they put them. They take some more stones and put it. That's why the other stones across are the ones that were told in memorial. So what the devil does, he says, look, I want you to remember. So he hands you a bag. Everything that happens to your life, you must pick up a stone and put it there. So at birth, there is virtually nothing that you're conscious of. But you must pick up some stones along the way of memorial. Now for the devil, it's not good memories. He never gives you good memories. The devil is, let me just tell you, he is incapable to give you good memories. He is incapable. He will package them as good, but after a while, he will actually show the true colors. That wasn't a good thing. Now, God never gives us a bag because our memories are in Christ. Never gives you something to carry. So, day one, few years, 3 years into it, or whatever, initially, the memories that you are remembering of rejection is when you realize that you have not been given the favorite toy. So guess what? Oh, you talk about high school and you think that you young people, you're the only ones who went to high school. This lot here that sits around here. You think you're the only ones who've gone to, we've all been to high school. Let me tell you, I have got thrones and crowns and whatever, and stones for my high school experience. You talk about relationship, you think you're the only one who suffers that. For me, I wrote 4 letters to a girl I loved. She never, ever responded. She didn't even appear like she got the letters. I confirmed through the friend, and the friend says, yes, she got it. And I'm sure she tore them apart. And you know what? I picked a stone for that. Keep going. So I've got all sorts. You get there, you think that you should have been awarded, and maybe the teacher also marked you wrongly, and you just failed. And you also have a crown and a stone for that. More stones in the bag. Then you grow. You get to adolescence, you go to college, you move, you pick up some more stones there. The interviews, you failed. When it was very clear you were the best. The promotion that deludes you when everyone else knew you were the better one. Pick up a stone. As if you don't have enough stones, you get also to be the first one to be retrenched. Now I'm talking to this lot here. You lost your job. You pick up a stone. You lose loved ones. So you've lost your sibling, your brother, your father, your mother, your friend. And guess what? A little while ago. Now this exercise, I've had to do it many times in my own walk with the Lord. I remember that I lost a friend. Stone of rejection. Why did you leave me? It should have been both of us. Maybe you're a widow today. Maybe you're a widower. Maybe you're a divorcee. Maybe you're, I don't know. Your storyline is very clear. They've even given you titles. Widower, divorcee, single mother, M1, M2, M3, whatever. The society has given you, you proudly have put the stones in there. And your introduction as a widow or as a mother of one, you know you've polished your stone. I'm not saying you mustn't acknowledge your status, but I'm saying that the way you carry it with so much excitement and conviction because it's still there. You've got the bag. You want the attention. You want the pity party. On the issues of relationships, it looks like you ended up with the rotten apple. The guy who was meant for you was taken. And they're all married now. That should have been my one. Since I'm invited actually, in no food. What happened? So, anyway, should have been James. Now, look what I've landed up with that one. So you've got a stone for that. So now you are cohabiting with your spouse. Shevana. And even that, there is a stone for it. If it wasn't for my children, you know where I will be. Another stone of rejection. There's more stones. So it gets heavier now. You've also learned the art of carrying it. You know, when you see people carrying heavy loads of stones, a bag of stones, you know. And some have mastered the art, even the step of carrying that bag. So they get heavy. Heavy with stones. Stones of rejection. Stones we don't deserve. Rejection leads to actions of regret. You look into the bag. You see that not all stones are just rejection. So you then now and again look. And then you say, there are stones here I didn't put. These are small ones. These small stones. Now you're saying, yeah, Pastor is a powerful man of God. He's changed the small stones into the big stones. Got some attention there. There's some small stones. Now, all the time you were trying to address the stone of rejection, there was an action you did which caused further regret. So these little stones came off the big ones. But they are now in their own individual right now. These are little stones you must still carry. Now, what are these? Every time you put in a stone of rejection, because every time you try to fix your problem of rejection, you proceeded to do an action you regretted. So you picked up another stone, or you added another little stone to the bag. Or it came off, that whole action trying to fix your rejection. So, regret of the time you lost your temper because somebody reminded you, abused you of your rejection. You lost temper and you did something awful. Regret on the day you lost control, self-control, and you did something that caused you to regret something. Because all those actions are done outside how you should handle it. The regret of the moment you lost your pride. You really got embarrassed because of what you did. Regret of the years you lost your priorities. So during a season, you're trying to fix something, you derail in your priorities. There's one. So there's little stones that are coming out of this bag now. And even regret for the hour you lost your innocence. And your mind tells you, everything around you reminds you of that day you lost that innocence. One stone after another reminds you of your guilt, your shame, your embarrassment, and your pain. So you go, these little stones, when you try to fix these ones here, and you can't get rid of them. How can you have dreams for the future when your energy is required to shoulder the past? How do you dream of the future when all you have is you're always having a rear view mirror that reminds you since you were 3 years old? It's with you. How do you do that? You have historical stories. No wonder why some people look miserable. The bag slows the step. Can't move fast. The bag chuffs you. It injures you now and again. Helps explain the irritation on so many faces. You desperately need rest. You are consumed with doing whatever it takes to get some rest now. You can see the way I'm changing this bag from one hand to another. Doing this. The amazing thing is that you are never tempted to abandon your bag. There is no conscious behavior that says, drop the bag. In fact, the moment you drop it, you can forget everything. You can forget your children, your husband, your friends, and so on. But the bag, you pick it up. Your behavior is only determined by the amount, the nature of stones you've got. So you're not talking to the person as they are, and they never look at things in the natural way, in the way that it is presented. They always are suspicious. So they throw another stone at you again. They never throw it at strangers. They throw it to the people they love most. And once they've thrown the stones, they never lose the stone. They come and get their stone where they threw it. This is why Jesus wanted love to be the personal reflection in what we do. This is what he says, Matthew 22, verse 37 to 40. Jesus said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the first and the great commandment. And the second is like this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So you can never love other people because guess what you have? You got the bag. How does a person get relief? Which in turn takes us to the most kind verse I know in the Bible. This is why we're starting this series, When He Calls My Name. And today I am saying Jesus is saying, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. You will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30. So he's calling you by your name. He says, come to me. Susan, John, come to me. You're weary and heavy laden. You labor. And I'll give you rest. Bring your bag of stones. This Lord, bring it. He's not even saying, I want you to analyze it further because I was there when it was all happening. I know what's in this bag. So don't come and explain to me. All I am saying, the Lord Jesus says, come and bring your bag of stones. Bring them to Calvary and leave them there. And he says, in exchange, get yoked with me so that there is some level of responsibility on your part. But let me tell you, the one who's pulling this weight is not you. So Jesus is calling upon all of us to say, come. Don't maintain some fashionable bag of stones here. Bring it. And at this point, I'm saying, if you've got a bag of stones that you have used against other people, that you have thrown at other people, let's stand up, all of us, but I want you to come here. There must be an end to this process today.